one of the things that the angels do is they will allow different spirits, whether it's spirits or ETs, to harass someone, so they will get off of a substance, because marijuana was very bad for me at the time. It was affecting me very negatively, and there was no way I was going to stop that unless there was some external source getting me to stop. Because I was so, addicted to that. So when people are addicted to when people are addicted to something, something has really bad, traumatic sort of has to happen for them to stop. They kind of have to hit rock bottom a little bit sometimes. So that's what.
Hi everyone, welcome. I'm going live in my group on Facebook called Intuitive Angel Messages, and today we are going to be diving into a little bit of a different topic along with my special guest, Paul Milgis. So, I just thought we'd dive in and say, are there aliens here around Earth, on Earth, and communicating with us? Because that was never on my mind. I would always watch those paranormal shows when I was a kid, and it would be always like, okay, there's UFOs coming and going, and that's it. And I've never had any experiences. I know others have, but I haven't. And that was it for me. Like there
Mhm.
wasn't much more to it than that until I started to channel for people. But even then, in the first year and a half, 2 years, it wasn't immediate that they were stepping forward and communicating with me, likely because they didn't want to, freak me out and wanted me to be adjusted and ready to communicate with the other side, or the other side being energy, which is always here. And so when they did step forward, it was a little bit of a surprise. Whereas I've met other individuals that have had vastly different ET origins, who have had many different visitations and dreams and spacecraft and heading off with them and having them come to communicate. And so I'm just wondering, have you had any experiences with ET energy? And
Well, many
if
of
so,
us
what?
have had, UFO experiences, and many people in the world have, but unfortunately, they're just not real. And there's no scientific evidence. We're the only ones in the whole universe, and I'm sorry, guys, but we're gonna have to end it here. And no, I'm just kidding. No, for sure. I definitely, believe aliens are out there, and I've experienced them many times, and I've communicated with them many times. But with my experience, I kind of experienced them in, in sort of like a negative way at first, because I was coming off of a substance, marijuana, and one of the things that the angels do is they will allow different spirits, whether it's spirits or ETs, to harass someone, so they will get off of a substance, because marijuana was very bad for me at the time. It was affecting me very negatively, and there was no way I was going to stop that unless there was some external source getting me to stop. Because I was so, addicted to that. So when people are addicted to when people are addicted to something, something has really bad, traumatic sort of has to happen for them to stop. they kind of have to hit rock bottom a little bit sometimes. So that's what happened with me, and I just opened up really fast. And I experienced some negative ETs, some positive ETs, but the cool thing is that once I got over that period, of being harassed a little bit, it was because that was what my energy was attracting at the time. I was kind of fearful and things like that. But then after that, time period, I started to, open up a lot more. And I wanted to know my Starseed origins, because I knew the ETs were real. I knew that I had past lives with ETs, because I knew I wasn't from here. It was pretty obvious. Even like in my group of friends, like I was just always the odd one out by far. Like it was just so apparent in my family and the people around me. It's pretty crazy. But yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have any particular experiences. All I knew is I've been here before, and I wanted to have a good time here
Yeah.
and frolic around, enjoy myself. And it was like I was so preoccupied and busy in my own frequency, just frolicking around and having fun, that I never really cared or was that much aware until probably the age of 18, that my energy, rubbed people the wrong way at times. And it did. And it did. Um, you know, if you're going to be going off with the unicorns and the rainbows all the time, you're going to irritate people. So
I feel like I
uh,
annoy people too, but in
but
a different way. Like I'm so hyper, and everyone called me
yeah.
Spaz Case when I was a kid. I annoy people because I keep coming. I have ADHD, so that was one. Really?
I've been called spazzy when I was younger. Oh yeah, yeah. But then again, when my health issues kicked in, that leveled me pretty good. So I calmed down quite a bit. I was like, I don't have the energy to be spazzy anymore. So, but I still have that side of me. But I remember when I first started to channel, it was the angels, uh, individuals, guardian angels, and I jokingly said to my guardian angel last night, I'm like, so if I were to work for someone, who am I working for? Am I working for you guys, the guardian angels? And she thought that was quite funny. And she goes, yeah, that sounds right. That sounds good, you know. So it's I worked for them first and foremost, and then of course I would say about a year and a half to 2 years in is when they would come in very slowly towards me because I'm seeing ET energies that I've never seen before. I'm seeing the quintessential that we know here on Earth, the Greys, the Arcturians, the Pleiadians. And it's not only just seeing, but it's feeling their vibrational frequency coming in towards me as well. So I thought, okay, what are they doing here? That was my first thought. And so it took me a bit of time of channeling and communicating to figure out why are these star seed, or these, well, everyone's a star seed in my book, but why are ET energies stepping forward when I'm channeling for these individuals? And so it just came right down to it of me asking, because what is going on? And it's really coming down to, during these lifetimes here on Earth, we need that assistance. And we need assistance as we are awakening and ascending, and they're actually helping in our ascension and opening further here
for
on
sure.
Earth. So that's the main reason. But then I've had readings, and just like your situation, where an individual is not listening, they are meant for so like another path which doesn't involve drugs, and it's different drugs out there. So what will stop them? Because they're not going to have a health issue that's going to stop them. Their family and friends have maybe tried to stop them, and they've even tried to stop themselves, but nothing's working. So what and who is going to stop them or redirect them onto a different
Yeah, it's
path.
funny that everything plays a role here on Earth. So if some of these more negative energies, sometimes the angels will kind of work with them a little bit, will allow them to kind of harass people
Mhm.
so that they will be on a better path, And that's one thing I've noticed is that everything plays a role here on Earth, and that's the cool thing about duality in general. But no, you don't have to be like, part of the shadow and do shadow work all the time and do all that kind of stuff. I like to think we like to do more light work, be on the light side of things, the positive side of things. I think it's more important, in my opinion, to be like that because it makes life more enjoyable. I mean, who wants to be focused on the negative all the time, you know?
And when you're focused on the shadow elements of yourself chronically, if you look at those individuals that bring that to the forefront and talk about that years later down the road, they're still focused on it. They're still talking about it. They're still doing it. So it's really important to focus on what you want to create more of. So if you're continuously focused on shadow work and the lower aspects of your experience and you, then
Yeah,
guess what you're creating more of? And then your attention will be drawn there. And it'll be just a cycle, like a nice circle that you'll be chasing your own
yeah. The
tail
only
for
reason I
quite
kind
a
of bring
while.
that up about these
So
naiveties is just how my awakening started. So I don't necessarily think about that much anymore. It was traumatic for me, but I've healed from that, and that's the cool thing with these angels, with the angels and your spirit team and your ETs. They can help you heal from these type of things, and I don't necessarily even really think about it that much anymore, which I think is beautiful. Some people will be stuck in the past for their whole life, and that's not fun either. Let me tell you.
not enjoyable. So there are many different I guess you could say races or origins that are surrounding the Earth here on Earth, and many of them are here for different reasons. And as I can see, the ones stepping forward, at least when I'm getting readings, are assisting with the ascension process here on Earth, helping to clean up and keep our diets high vibrational with the foods that we eat, and also our own internal, thoughts, what we're thinking, what we're doing, keeping our own vibrational frequency higher, and not delving into the drama based conversations and the lower vibrational aspects of what's going on the planet. And so I just thought maybe we would channel a little guidance on what is it, why are these ET
Okay.
energies here?
Yeah, sure.
Do you want to in
Let's see what
and
they
just
have to
see?
say. So I feel more of an Arcturian energy kind of stepping forward a little bit. And they're just kind of laughing a little bit and about there's not only one reason that they're here. There's many thousands of reasons, but they can tell us some of the main ones why they're here. And they say one of the top ones on their list is so one of them is they're here from Mother Earth. That's one of the main ones.
Mm.
And the other is for the for humanity and expanding us, our consciousness, advancing, evolving our species. And I've heard them say this before. They just have a lot of time invested, a lot of energy invested here on Earth.
Mhm.
Hence, why so many of Arcturians are and other ETs are incarnating here. There's a reason for that. It's not just happens for no reason.
Yeah.
So they're moving towards a goal, I guess you could say, of making the planet a more high vibrational space so that it will be easier for future generations, and so that future generations can be connected with the rest of the universe and not be closed off. So part of the reason is they want us to join them and all the other ETs and discourse and just being able to talk to them. And I got a feeling that the humans have been confined to their own space for such a long time, and many people are wanting, to be a part of the galactic, energies. So that's kind of cool.
I keep getting this, which is we're all interconnected, and our energy and impacts and affects others' energy as well, and vice versa. So we are all a part of the same energy as well, right? We are all, although we are maybe in different vessels and a bit of a different frequency, but
Yes.
energy is energy.
For
Okay.
sure.
Energy is energy. And what else would you like to say? That they're all playing a part in the expansion, the progression here on Earth, and helping to transmute, to help usher us more so into the light, so that there's not what they're calling a great divide between us and them. That's awesome. Okay, and there's a few things that they want to say. All right, so I'm ready to rumble. Okay, so introductions of being my Pleiadian Starseed family, who is also my spirit guide, Adrian. So Adrian and I have had many Pleiadian lifetimes together, and Adrian's energy is also here as a Starseed family member assisting me in this lifetime. Okay, all right. Okay, here we go. So he's aware that many of us have had uncomfortable and at times very scary experiences with ET energies, but he'd like us to revert back to the video that I have just made, which is up on my YouTube channel. I'll put the link up, about the reasons why one has these types of experiences with energy, whether it be ET energy, earthbound spirits, ghosts, whatever it is. Okay, and so I'm going to put that as a postcard, and also put the link in below this video as well. So it's really important that we watch that in order to understand the reasons why some of us have had these experiences with energy. Okay, cool. All right, that's pretty cool. Anything else? Okay. He just went really quiet, and I'm like, anything else? He's like, no. All right, so does anybody have any questions about any experiences that you've had or communication with ET energy that you'd like to ask in the
What
comments?
are some of the ways that you've
Can't
connected
wait
with
to
the
hear this.
ETs? So I know you probably connected with them through channeling, obviously, and then and then you had
That's
a
mainly,
hypnosis
yeah.
session where you came in contact with Pleiadians as well, right?
Yep. That was my first personal, well, that I remember. I'm sure they're coming into my dream state, etc., etc. But yeah, that was a really awesome experience. Again, who am I meeting? Adrian as a Pleiadian in this session. So beautiful, tall, blonde, and beautiful. I was like, is this a male or a female? Like, it's so beautiful. And presenting as male. And very patient with me. Awesome experience, beautiful energy, like wonderful. And I've been told that I've already done this ascension process, just like you had the channel for that
Hmm.
gentleman on your
Yeah.
YouTube channel. If anybody wants to check out Paul's channel, it's called Paul Milgis, and I'll put the link below as well, and above this video as well. But again, he had had Arcturian lifetimes, the gentleman that you were channeling for, and had completed the ascension process. Whereas I have done the same, completing the ascension process as a Pleiadian. And now we're coming here to Earth to rock and roll, right? To master this frequency, to bring everybody along with
Mhm.
us in multiple different lifetimes, and then progress and expand and ascend here. So that was really cool.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, with
yeah,
me, I
I
had
mean,
some experiences in my dream state where I was taken off the planet and went to a different place, and behind this glass screen, I saw this big, huge blue bird just walking around, and all of this foliage was around, and everyone was in this
uh,
kind of like theater, like just watching it. It was funny, and these other blue avians were watching it with me, but they were higher dimensional, so I didn't really notice them as much at the time. But we were looking at this more bird being. It was more fourth dimensional, so it was just like a massive bird, basically, kind of standing a little bit more upright and just walking around, and everyone was observing it. And then it just kind of looked at me, and I looked at it, and we just kind of recognized each other. Like it was a huge feeling of
they're like, hey,
remembrance.
how
Like
are
all
you?
this energy came flooding in, and then I woke up, they took me back to my body like real quick, and then I woke up. So I thought that was like really cool. And then obviously I got more confirmation later on. Through meditation, I would see bird beings when I would meditate about one of my friends that he had bird lifetimes. So I didn't know that at the time, but I was meditating, and then I was like sending him some light. And as I was sending him some light, he was receiving. It showed this bird like receiving this light energy. I was like, "Wow, holy, that is
He's like,
crazy!"
in the light. And you're like, my friend has been a bird being at this point,
And
is
then
basically what you're
obviously
saying.
the ETs. One thing I want to talk about is they communicate in different ways. So you have the
Yeah,
Arcturians, in my opinion. It's a breeze channeling with them. I think they give it to you straight to the
they're
point.
pros.
This way to that way. It's easy for our brains to understand, I'd say. They can give it to you in multitude of different ways, of course. Many of these ETs. So whichever way I think you're most familiar with, they'll try to do that, I think. And with blue
Yeah,
avians, I
yeah.
noticed that they do things a little bit of a different way. So sometimes they will send like a whole bunch of information at a time, and then our brain kind of deciphers it. So you'll see, like, the Egyptian
Yeah.
hieroglyphs and things like that. They'll send like a bunch of stuff at once, and then our brain just goes and interprets it at once. So sometimes they will send a few things,
Yeah.
and it will be like they'll explain it on a few different levels from a few different perspectives, but they'll give it all to you at once. And when they give it, and then it all comes together at the end so that you can understand it. But they usually hit it from a few different perspectives, and that's what I've noticed about the blue avians is that.
Yeah, it's really different. I was actually mentioning that to you the other, like, I don't know, what was that, like 4 days ago. I was channeling higher dimensional blue avians, and I'm like, this is interesting. Um, it's just bulk telepathic communication coming in at once. It was really interesting. It was bit and bit, and then boom, and I was like,
Yeah, it
okay,
actually works
that's
really well with my
interesting and different.
claircognizance.
So,
I'm able just to have that clear
mhm,
knowing,
mhm, totally,
because that's also, I've noticed, that's the
yeah.
way that I think and I've thought growing up, is that I'll see things from two different
Mhm.
angles, compare them, and then and then come together at the end and make the final
That
resolution,
makes
sort of like that. Yeah.
And each of us is unique and different in how we receive information, how we process, and they know where we're sensitive. They know what we're paying attention to, whether it's your gut feeling about things or, maybe you're noticing some high pitched ringing in an ear, and or you'll notice pressure and silence. So whatever your number sequences, whatever you're noticing, that's where they're going to go.
Yeah.
That's how they're going to communicate with you. They know what your sensitivities are, and they know how to get through to you. Okay, so here are some of the questions in the comments. Kristin is saying, I had an out-of-body experience and saw a white being beside your body, and you were a bit startled, and I was surprised and jolted back into your body. Who was it that she saw? Do you want to take that one?
Who is this one? Oh, okay, Kristin.
Or Kristin, yeah. I get strong ET origins with Kristin's energy. So who is the being in white energy that she had seen?
I don't know. I'm not getting a which ET it is.
It's not as strong, and I'm not saying this is an ET even, because I'm not getting. I just get overseeing, like watching over you. Here you are having an out of body experience, and it's just there watching over what's going on, overseeing, protecting, if you want to call it that. I get more angelic frequency with this, not because it's soft and it's gentle and is a lighter.
Yeah, I didn't really get that it was connected to like her star family or something. Yeah, sometimes I will hear the angels right when I wake up. Sometimes I'll hear them like that, like you like just like a person in the room. It almost sounds like. And sometimes when I first wake up, I will hear like more of a lost soul nearby, and they'll be like trying to communicate with me because they're kind of lost. So then I'll just send them to the other side. But yeah.
And like, why would a lost soul come and communicate with someone? Because they're aware that person may hear them. Just like an ET energy is going to try different ways of communicating with you, and you can try different ways of communicating with them. And they know that, and they're coming to communicate with you because they know you can hear them, and there's a purpose and a reason and a why. So why was this energy next to you when you left your body briefly? It's really overseeing what you're doing. Okay, just kind of watching. If you're going to have that experience, they're just going to oversee that. Did this energy contribute to you having this experience? No, just watching over you while you have this experience. Always there, always watching. And I'm getting more guardian angel on this. I'm getting and watching over you. And I get a thumbs up with that. But your ET origins, and I they feel more you've chosen mental beings. So I don't know if you would consider yourself that. If you're up in the head quite a bit, that would be an indicator. So I'm getting more of that type of starseed origin. Okay, so that whether that be Arcturian or Andromedan is much more. They're talking about Earth is really good for you. It's stirring things up, doing things in a different way, and you're learning a lot here. And it hasn't always been easy or fitting in here, feeling like this is home or feeling like you fit in here. But they're talking about over time it has gotten smoother, easier, more answers to your questions, like more answers. Okay. All right, Angie has a question. I'll take this one. You channel your Starseed family members all the time. Curious why you can't see them here Okay, and you want to see their ship physically. Why can't you? It's almost like it's not a priority or it's
Yeah, I
not
feel like she's
important at
getting,
this time.
they want her to kind of focus more on this physical reality. And here, at time, there's a reason why
Instead
we're
of
here,
over.
you know, not to always be focused up there. Otherwise, we just incarnate as them, you know? So it's like,
And then it's a rabbit hole, right? So some people are, hyper focused on Akashic records and their lifetimes, and if that's something that helps you for a time, great. But if you're not feeling that pull there, then it's just not important right now. And yeah, in regards to you seeing a spaceship or seeing them, it'll come in time, but it's more going within right now.
yeah, if that helps
Okay.
you, it's not like I'm seeing spaceships all the time or I'm seeing the ETs all the time. Sometimes I will know that they're there, but I'm not necessarily seeing things all the time. So our channels will expand in the future, but
And
seeing everything can be very overwhelming. When I first started to awaken, and seeing being that sensitive, you can't even live life. I'm just telling you. So
yeah, how are you going to even function? And and I've said this to everybody, like, I'm still here and I'm still having this experience. So this is my primary, most important, this lifetime right here, right now. I'm not escaping this and I'm not going to run away from it. I'm not going to hyper focus or fixate on other things. But this will unfold for you in time. It's like divine timing with that, is what I'm getting with that. All right, Faith has a question. Um, okay, all right. She's had a very vivid introduction and to a lovely male, Pleiadian energy named Julian. He seems to be some type of soulmate. Would love some confirmation on this. Why is he here and with me? And any advice in regards to Julian? Energetically feels really good right
yeah,
out the
it seems
gate.
like
Very
more
loving.
spirit guide type of energy, and
Mhm.
it's. I
Yeah,
feel one of the main reasons that that energy is here is to stabilize, help stabilize your energy.
let's go ground
Yeah,
her. Get her.
assisting when needed,
Hmm.
and also this energy just enjoys being around you, in general.
Has a lot of love for you. Assisting you similar or like how Adrian is assisting me. That is all. Isn't that cool? You've had many Pleiadian incarnations
Mhm.
together. Love that. Love it. I mean, this is why we put this course together, you and me, your Starseed Origins course coming September 15th until the 22nd. Right now, the flash sale is on for 20% off if you want to go to KristinDaviesMedium.com. And it's on, this flash sale's on until midnight tomorrow. So that will be the 27th of August at midnight, Pacific Daylight Time. And this is why we put these courses together, so that we can dive in and uncover and go into the depths as to what's really going on around you
Yeah.
and where you've
Yeah, and
been.
knowing that
Okay.
all these,
Yeah.
there's a reason that I found out how these ETs kind of communicate differently with me, and it's just by experiencing the energy. And we do these practice sessions during the course, and
Yeah.
all of you guys get to feel all these different energies, and it's actually pretty cool.
And if you are one of those people that have a ton of questions in regards to anything on this topic, then this course is there for you to go ahead and ask all the questions that you have and get the answers. Okay, so Fernanda, once I felt a presence behind my back and neck and heard the word seventh dimension. Oh, that's so cool. I feel like it was Lyran energy. Am I right? And do they have a message? Let's see what we both get with this
Hmm.
one, Paul. That's a lot. Okay,
I didn't see which one it was.
okay, so
Okay.
it's from
Yeah, I
Fernanda.
see it. I see it
So
now.
she felt a presence behind her back. So The first thing, if we just relax our mind, Fernanda, and we're just feeling the energy, to me it feels Lyran. And how am I going to know what that feels like unless I practice, right? So when I'm sitting here with, roughly over 2,500 readings, that's probably how I'm able to do that, because I'm able to practice enough to pick up on Lyran energy. You can also ask, is this Lyran energy? And then sense a yes or no response in the body. Is this Lyran energy? And I get yes. And I feel a yes. My chest is nice. In fact, I kind of get a giddiness. My chest is open. I kind of get butterflies. Okay, so that's a yes response. Is this Lyran energy relaying that it's from the 7th dimension? It's telling me it goes from the 7th up and down and up and down, depending on who it's attempting to communicate with and where it wants to go and what it's doing. So I'm assuming it moved to the 7th dimension in order to make it easier to communicate with you. And I got yes. Okay. And is there any message for her?
Yeah,
Let's see
one of
if
the
we
things I
pick
was
up on
getting is that
anything like a
she
message.
feels a little bit lost, or feels lost sometimes. I don't know that whether that's on Earth in general, but what they were saying is that this is nothing more than just a feeling, that she's not lost. This is just something that's more of a feeling.
That.
Yeah.
Not sure, not certain. Okay. It's all temporary. Okay. I'm not getting anything else on my end from this Lyran energy. So Angela's asking that her friend saw some weird blue lights moving in the sky really fast. Is this ET energy or something else that she was seeing?
I'm not really getting it much on that, or that it's, yeah.
It's very soft. It's very soft. I'm not getting anything strong. It's very, very light, very enjoyable. I think I pick up on this because maybe of where I've been a little bit easier, and I'm getting Pleiadian energy here. Pleiadian. And then I say, is this, and I just say, as soon as it comes out of your mouth, I'm receiving Pleiadian energy. They're going to confirm that immediately. I just get clapping and excitement. A lot of movement, quick movement, clapping, and thumbs up. Happy, really happy, happy to be noticed. Angela, I'm going to go with your friend has had Pleiadian lifetimes. It's almost like when your friends show up to the party and they're super excited to see you and they're happy that you see them. That's what's happening here. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. Yep. Yeah. Angie's saying, thank you, Paul. That makes sense that I would be overwhelmed, actually. Yeah, you would be. Although, I've met people that have had gray lifetimes. I haven't met a ton of them, okay? I've maybe met 2 in my lifetime. Now that I'm aware of, I may have come into contact with more, but I'm not delving in. But one individual, she had had many gray lifetimes, and it has been hard incarnating on Earth. Not interested in having children, not interested in, doing some human things. And the contrast from where her soul has been versus here is drastic. Has been taken many times on spacecraft and has had interactions with hybrid children, and but like more educational and informational rather than scary. Obviously, you're going to be like alarmed as to what's happening, but it wasn't something that she deems as being negative. Yes, and I remember giving, her a reading, and things got a lot easier. Um, from the type out that she left online for me, the gist I got was that reading had really helped her, and the steps to take to make things easier has really helped her since. So that did my heart really good. Okay. Ooh. All right. Richard, is Nina in or out? You know what I'm getting with that, Richard? Are you in or out?
That's funny.
Are you in or out? When we're uncertain as to what we want. Okay, there's a difference between somebody that comes into your life and it's more fleeting and it's fun versus somebody that comes into your life and you're certain you know what you want and it's this person. So it's more over here, fleeting and fun.
Yeah.
But the more Richard gets certain and sure about what he wants, the more then at that point you will manifest and attract in that experience for yourself. So what is it that you want? And they'd like you to write that down on a piece of paper. In particular, pertaining to the opposite sex, and listing out more details. And then, of course, we say
Yeah.
this or something better. So if you say a brunette, that's this or something better, she might come in as a blonde, and that might surprise you, but it'll be exactly what
Yeah.
you had wanted.
Yeah. This is what you do,
And
Richard. You have to
much
say you
more.
say their exact name. I want her name to be Nina, and then I want her to have brown hair, and then no, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. But what the one thing that I like to do is just say, oh, I want someone that really likes me for who I am. That's really high vibrational. That's someone that I resonate with. Things like that really helped me.
Yeah, you positive, high vibrational, makes you laugh, helps you to grow, right? Um, this one I feel with Nina's energy, she's flitting around and having fun. And she has fun flirting, and you laugh together. I'm getting smiling at least. I mean, you guys aren't sitting there somber. But the more you get certain, the more you will attract in what you want in your experience.
But
You're
yeah, I really
welcome,
feel like
Faith.
Richard's on the right track though.
I
Like with that, he's gonna find someone. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah,
You know, there's so many people, different people out there that you will meet. So
I'm getting loneliness, or a feeling of being alone. I'm also getting exploration, exploring. Where you are now, it might not be perfect, and you might at times feel lonely, but it's better than where you were. Okay. And this stage that's happening now isn't going to last forever, they're saying. So when are things going to get moving in a different direction? When it's really about when you get really sure about what you want.
how do you know that? By having
Where
experiences.
you
That's one of the main things. I know that I think you might be in your late 20s or so, whatever age you are, it doesn't matter. But what I tell a lot of my friends that are in their 20s is that just have a lot of experiences and mess up a bunch of times or not mess up, and then you can see what you like. You know, try out this job there, try out this girl here, try out that. You know, you don't have to get it perfect the first time. That's what everyone is like nowadays. I have to get into this perfect grade, into this perfect med school, into the perfect college, and I can't mess up. So much pressure on everyone. The 20s are for fun. They don't matter at all, actually. People find out their careers much later on. Yeah,
right? And the
they really don't matter at all. Like, people will try to get settled into a career right out of high school. It's like, you don't even know who you are yet, okay? So that's one thing.
Yeah, if your energy is stagnant, if you're uncertain, go out and do stuff, travel places, take action steps. And The more you sit back and kind of lounge around in that stagnancy, the more what? The more stagnant you're going to be. So the fact that you're up and traveling, Richard, and you're checking out all these cool new places and posting all those amazing pictures, and you're going off to Ireland and you're meeting new people, that is it. Because now you're stirring the energy up. Now you're stirring the pot. And you're still in a better place than where you were. And this isn't going to last forever.
It's all about.
All right. I hope we do see you in the course in September, Faith. I'd love to see you there. Okay. Love it. Sangeeta has taken this course. It was a class with Ashley in the past, and now we're doing it. And okay, and she's wondering if it would be beneficial if she took this course. So feel it in your chest. I'm not getting a tight, closed off chest or stomach. My chakras are open. And I feel very light. And my chest feels very open and light. They're saying you can if you wish. It would be enjoyable if you chose
They're
to do
saying you
so.
have to take it. If you don't take it, this is the make or break decision, okay? You have to take this one.
If it's not this one, then it'll be the next, whichever, wherever you want to go. But feel it in your body. Mine feels open and light. You're welcome, Fernanda. Okay, Angela's friend does seem Pleiadian, so that's a nice confirmation that that energy that your friend was seeing is Pleiadian. And I see multiple different little like lights. I'm not just seeing one. Okay. Yes, good question. How are the Pleiadians guiding us during these times? It would be probably we'd have to sit here for hours to list it all off, but what are some of the main bullet points? Let me just see. Helping us with the path of ascension on Earth, helping the planet and everyone upon the planet's back with ascension, lifting and raising a frequency, not only in energy, but also this energy in these vessels that have chosen to come. Our souls have been Pleiadian and then they come here. So that's also Pleiadian energy assisting here as well in the physical vessel. Similar like myself. Yes. It's a beautiful thing. Helping to make Earth a beautiful paradise similar or like the Pleiadian planets. Okay. The Pleiadians have since ascended. So what has happened with the Pleiadian planets? Where have they gone? Are they still there? I see them as light, balls of light, pure light. Okay. And so that is the direction that we're moving in. We are ascending here on Earth. But I see like a paradise here, and they show this to me over and over. Everybody's like, what's gonna happen on Earth? Yes, we likely will have to have things get worse, possibly in some areas before they get better. Yes, we're probably going to lose some species of animals on the planet because they will go extinct. Yes, there are going to be things that are going to happen, okay? But things are going to turn around and they are going to move in this direction because it's the only thing I'm ever shown ever. And I see the investment of the energy that surrounds Earth and the archangels, the angels, our guardian angels, the ET energies that are here. And they aren't going to let this flush down the toilet. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I've seen too much and I've experienced too much to ever think that that would ever happen. Plus they tell me. So in regards to where we're going, they show me, I see a lush paradise, and it looks similar or like what I see on the Pleiadian planet. A lot of light, a lot of high vibrational frequency, and it's going to be a wonderful place for souls to incarnate.
For sure.
Over and over down the road.
And next year, during the full moon, will be your opportunity to turn into light. So if you don't show up, then you'll be left behind.
Right.
So
That or you want to dance naked under the full moon, whichever, just like practical magic, whichever one you want. But Richard's like, she's out. I love it, Richard. In or out? She's out. So what do you want? And so, because she might just keep flitting in and out. But what do you want? That's the question they have for you. Isn't that awesome? So let's start making a list. What is it that you want? All right. Henson says, "What does my spirit guide have any message regarding to a friend I made here who is said to have an anterior self?" Okay, ALS. Okay, and has months to live. Okay. Okay. Is there something that Henson has to do for this friend of his? Wow. You know what I'm getting, Henson? I'm getting that the veil is thinning, and you are picking up on this energy. And I feel like it's a little bit of an urgency pertaining to her. And what is this pertaining to? Being there for her, helping her with whatever she needs help with, helping have fun, laughter with her. The urgency is that, she's not going to have many years ahead, like a long lifetime. So the urgency behind this is to help her extend her quality of life here on Earth by being there for her. Isn't that great? So help her enjoy her experience here on Earth and extend the good times. That's all. They know that you can pick up on their frequency communicating with you. There's also that urgency with that as well. Is the veil going to continue to thin for Henson? Is he going to? Yes. And they want it to. And you're ready, Henson. They're really, they're saying they're happy that you're going to be taking this course. And it's time to delve in and look under the hood of the car to see where you've been.
I'm pretty sure Henson was in the last course. I'm not sure though. Maybe not.
As far as the Starseed course, it'll be good for you. They keep saying believe, receive. It's just that simple and that easy. So what is it that you want, Henson? Where are you placing your attention and your focus? Okay. So if we're focused on problems, then we're going to be getting more problems and having more thoughts about problems, rather than if we're focused on what is it that you want? What do you want to create in your reality? You know what I'm picking up, Henson, is more acceptance, not only for yourself, but other similar or like individuals in your culture and in your local area. That's what they want. Do you want that too? Is the question. And I feel like that's a yes. Yeah. Okay. So they want you to help her extend her good quality of life, the good times, right to the end.
All right, we have one last question about dragons.
Love it.
So.
Okay, you want to read it out?
Okay, are dragons real, and would they be considered ETs or ET energy?
I never thought dragons were real. But then I started to experience them and communicate with them, and I was like, well, I'll be darned. You think of it as fantasy or fairy tale, because that's what you're taught growing up. And there's a difference between what the societal norms are and what you're taught versus actual
this is not
experience.
fantasy or fairy tale, Gina. You are the mother of dragons from Game of Thrones. Okay?
Don't say that. And don't look to Game of Thrones as a good lord. It's like looking at those UFO ET programs as the real thing. If it drops your frequency and it tanks and you're scared, huddled in the corner under your blankie, is that really what you want to create for yourself? Come on. If it doesn't feel good, it's probably not good. If you want to look at something as entertaining and fun, or exploring and adventure, sure. But as reality, as to what these energies are doing here, it's not Game of Thrones. Okay? So dragons are here transmuting. So each of these energies have a different way of transmuting the energy here on Earth. The ETs do it. The angels do it. The dragons do it. Kali does it. Different ascended masters do it. But they do it in their own unique way. So the dragons are here doing that as well.
I don't feel like they're physical on Earth.
Is there any?
Yeah, the one.
Non-physical, yes. Yeah, non-physical, yeah. Although, if you relax your mind, you'll be able to see what color, what do their eyes look like, what color are their eyes, etc. It's how you're picking it up to be. But ultimately, you're sensing and feeling their frequency. Yes. Any last messages pertaining to the ETs surrounding Earth? We are here for you. We are here for the evolution and advancement of the species energy, because it's not just humanity or species here, a species covering everybody. It is the energy, the advancement and growth of the energy, because that's ultimately what we are. The advancement of the energy here upon the Earth's back and the Earth herself. We wish you all the very best. If you wish to ask us to assist, guide, or help you in any way, we are available to help you, guide you, and assist you. And then they're just saying thank you. Okay, go. If you want to grab it there, Paul, if you're getting anything.
So they say they're likening it to a feeling of oneness, and that they are helping us in the same way that we are helping them, because we are all of the same energy.
Yeah, it's interesting.
So, and understanding that, you will see that it's like a positive energy of coming from them. And one last thing is they're just saying there's much more to come here on Earth.
It's really about uncovering a lot of things, like the government coming out with that report on all the UFO ET activity and openly stating that, yes, they know about all of this. And it's like hundreds of pages. I mean, it just, it's all about uncovering and exploration.
I feel like they're talking about all of that, though. They already know that many people are way ahead of that. They're communicating with ETs all the time, and they've already experienced UFOs and things like that. And this mainstream way of doing things is kind of fearful, and they'd rather us just go on like we've been going on, with these ETs and things.
One last thing, Richard's saying he wants to go to Loch Ness. He wants to go to Loch Ness and see maybe Nessie's energy. If you do, Richard, put it on camera and film yourself as to what you're experiencing. We would all love to see that. Film it, let us see it, and experience it with you. We would love that. Okay?
20% off on the course, and learn more about your Starseed Origins, learn how to communicate with, ETs, all of that good stuff. Learning about soul groups, learning about all these different ones. Let us know, and we'll get you signed up. You just got to click the link at KristinDaviesMedium.com, and we're gonna have a fun time. Well, yeah.
It's the equivalent. 20% off is like the equivalent. I believe it is $31. Okay, so you're saving $31 if you want to sign up by tomorrow night at midnight. All right, everyone. Love ya. Love ya and leave ya. Until next time. Bye.